Hi there, I'm Alex from the Southern Ukulele Store, and today we're going to talk about Big Island ukuleles. Big Island are one of our favourite brands here at the Southern Ukulele Store, and if you're asking why, it's partly because of history, partly because of quality and value for money, and just the excitement factor, the kind of thing you want when you open a box and you see a ukulele and you go, yes, this is well designed, this is well made, it sounds good, it feels good. Big Island have all of those things that you look for in a ukulele. Certainly things I look for in a ukulele. I've owned a couple of Big Island ukes over the years, and I have a few customers that are really kind of Big Island loyalists. They've had several, or they've had one that they've been playing for well over 5, maybe even 10 years. And that's testament to the brand. Their history is, in ukulele terms, quite an ancient brand. You know, they've only been around for around 20 years. They were created by Jorma Winkler, who is a Hawaiian-based timber merchant, wood merchant, who decided to take some of the high-figured pieces of wood that he had in stock, went to a factory in Vietnam and worked directly with them on designs to produce a series of ukuleles. And the series has evolved over the years. You'll see many Big Island ukuleles that are no longer in production, certain models that you wonder when and where they were available, and the answer is always 5-10 years ago. So Big Island have gone from being a brand with its history rooted in Hawaii. In fact, the earlier ones were sent from Vietnam for final setup and assembly in Honolulu, but the modern ones are made in Vietnam. A fairly storied history, Big Island, that's led us to where we are today. But what makes the uke so good? Well, the woods that are used are still the same select pieces in agreement with Winkler Woods. So the ukuleles themselves often feel like they have these kind of custom shop wood sets on them, or certainly high grade koa and mango wood sets, when other companies might be using something a bit plainer at the same price. So we're going to look at 6 models today. We're going to look at 4 koa models, and we're going to look at 2 cedar and mango models, and I bet you know what they are already. I've even worn my green shirt in preparation. So we're going to take a look first at the ULI-C and then the ULI-T and go from there. Stay tuned. The first ukulele we're going to look at today is the Big Island ULI-C. Uli is a Hawaiian word which means kind of depth of colour. So if you were to look into the heart of the storm and see the kind of darkest of colours, you'd be seeing the Uli. That's my interpretation of it. And the reason we chose this name for this ukulele is because on the surface it does look like a traditional ukulele, but as many of you have seen with the big reveals on social media, they have this really gorgeous green stained back and sides. And the development of this ukulele came about at the NAMM show a couple of years ago. We met with Big Island and we said to them, you know, we like certain models that you do, one of them being this really flowery stained mango ukulele, which was only available, curiously, in a concert size, which was such a shame because I think a tenor version would have been really popular. So we told them about what our customer base are looking for and what they like, and generally our customer base is everyone outside of Japan. Although we do occasionally send ukes to Japan, we're not really in tune with that market. So that flowery concert model was perfect for them at that point. But we said what people want and what people are asking us for is a professional level ukulele that projects. And a cedar top is a great choice for that. Cedar is probably the wood choice of the moment, because more and more people are playing their ukulele like a classical guitar and creating more varied sounds from it. And cedar is the classical guitar wood of choice. So it makes a sensible pairing here. But we stuck with the mango. We said, please make us that colourful, gorgeous mango ukulele, but with more projection. So we chose the cedar top, we went for the stained mango back and sides. And the first thing that I find whenever we post a picture of these is someone going, oh, can you do it non-stained? Well, the answer is no, because lots of people do a great choice like that already. Pono make some great cedar and mango ukuleles. If you want something similarly priced with a cedar top, Miller, another fantastic option. Or just up from that, you have the kanile'a Sus series. So there's lots of choice, but under £1,000, Vietnamese made, cedar and mango. The Uli is the ukulele of choice. Certainly for me, I own one of these, the tenor size, and I love it. So this concert here is the first ULI-C that we've ever had. You have a gloss finish, you have a string through bridge, rosewood fingerboard and bridge, just a tiny bit of abalone dots, kind of abalone bling on the fingerboard, with the Honu headstock, which is very similar to that Barnes & Mullins one I showed you yesterday, but it's based off of a turtle. It has the kind of turtle shell look to it, with closed back tuners and wood buttons. And let's just focus a second on the Honu logo itself, which is a really lovely turtle logo. And these come with a hard case, so they really are kind of a professional uke. Put a MySci in this and you really have as good a gigging ukulele as you could possibly want. Let's give the ULI-C a play and see what you think. Okay, next up we're going to take a look at the ULI-T, which has more of the same features we've just talked about, but just to run it very quickly, you have a cedar top with the stained green mango back and sides. You have a rosewood fingerboard and bridge with the Honu inlay on the headstock. It's the turtle shaped headstock with the closed back tuners and the snakewood buttons. You have a 35mm nut, bone nut and saddle. And someone asked me recently why green, because the actual ukulele it's based on is technically a blue ukulele, but the blue, when you stain the mango, does go a slight green color. And also, as someone really helpfully pointed out on YouTube to me when we first featured these, in Japan they don't have a set word for blue and green, it's the same word, so quite often there is a loss in translation. So I'm going to be completely upfront and say it's possible that I've been asking for a blue ukulele this whole time, and what I've got is green. But I do love the way that the stain changes colour. So what you end up with is this seafoam green, turquoise, army green combination that changes radically from one ULI to the next. Still comes with a hard case, it's still gorgeous, it's still great. I'm going to play a sound sample on my own ULI-T, which is strung up in low G. But for those wondering, these come as standard with Ukuleles sugar strings, but we can put whatever you like on them, so don't let that stop you if you have a different preference. Let's give the ULI-T a play and see what you think. One thing I forgot to mention is that we do a matching strap called the ULI strap. So you've got the same shade of green, colour matched with our friends at Leathercraft in Liverpool. I love the strap. I love having the matching accessories, you know. Next up today, we're going to take a look at something which Big Island is more conventionally known for, which is good koa. This is the KT-CTS. Hopefully it's in focus. I've got it in front of my eye so I can't see the screen, but what a stunning piece of koa. It's got that kind of whiskey barrel look to it. It looks like it's been sat in a barn for 100 years and then turned into a gorgeous musical instrument. You have obviously all solid koa with a rosewood fingerboard and bridge, mahogany neck, and that traditional Honu headstock with the turtle shape to it, and the snakewood buttons on the closed back tuners, a 35mm nut with a string through bridge, and it comes with a hard case. Now it's very hard here to not name names, so I will name a name when talking about kind of value for money. If you're looking for a koa concert ukulele right now and you're not looking at something Hawaiian made, the chances are when you go into Google and you search for it, what you're going to find is a Martin C1K. And the Martin C1K is fine, it's a Mexican made ukulele, but there is this feeling that you pay quite a bit for the name with a Martin. It comes with a bag, yes, it's got the 35mm nut width, it's a satin finish, but most koa instruments are more closely associated with Hawaii than Pennsylvania. So Martin and koa, although they have a rich history, the modern Martins don't have that traditional feel or vibe to them. Certainly in my opinion, as a ukulele historian, or as much as I can be, based in Bournemouth, England. But if you look at the Big Island KT-CTS here, it shares much more DNA with a kamaka or a koaloa or even a kanile'a. In fact, kanile'a is the one that visually it reminds me of the most. And it comes with a hard case. It's well under £1,000. It sounds great, as I'm going to show you now. And yeah, I passionately endorse the KT-CTS for those looking for a traditional koa ukulele on a budget. Let's give it a play. I meant what I said before. These really do share that kind of traditional Hawaiian DNA a lot more than some other ukes. Okay, next up today we're going to take a very special look at this KX-CTG. This is the next level up from the standard model. It has all the bling that one could want, and it has this really unique turtle bridge only found on this series. This is the ukulele that Big Island put on their posters to say, look, this is what we can do, and quite rightfully so. It's got really nicely figured koa across the body and the sides. There you go, there's the back. The back's got some really lovely almost quilting to it. You have an abalone strip down the back to join the two sides. On the front you have abalone binding with maple, that's on the back as well as a two-tier abalone rosette, the turtle pin bridge mentioned before, a rosewood fingerboard and bridge, which in itself has some really noteworthy turtle inlays. Let's try and get that in focus for you. I'll zoom in. And up at the headstock, you still have the Honu logo with the abalone inlay, but the back has these open back gold tuners that just feel really plush and really deluxe. And it has the snakewood buttons as well. You still have a 35mm nut width. It comes with a hard case, and wow, what a ukulele. What an alternative to a Hawaiian standard model. This will set you back similar money to a standard koaloa. But if you don't mind not having it made in Hawaii and you want some bling instead, then this is as good as it gets. Let's give the KX-CTG a play and see what you think. Next up today is our penultimate ukulele. This is the KX-TRG. What a gorgeous ukulele. It has the same spec as the concert version we've just looked at, but the curvy body shape of a Big Island tenor, that kind of almost like a jumbo tenor look to the body, is just irresistible. It's a really lovely piece of color on this one. If you're interested, the serial number on this one is 220038. You'll find it on the website. There's links and descriptions for in the description for all these ukuleles, but it has much the same features. It's a deluxe model. You have the 2 layers of abalone rosette with the turtle bridge and the pins. You have front maple binding with abalone trim around the front, and maple binding on the back, along with a abalone strip to boot. You still have those gorgeous turtle inlays. I'm going to try and focus on one of them for you now. Let's find the right one. With a mahogany neck and that Honu headstock with the abalone inlay. And I didn't mention this feature on the back of the last one, but you have this inlay. I don't know what it is. I should know. It looks like a QR code, but I'm sure it's something much more poignant and mythical. It's possibly just 4 leaves, maybe a coa leaves. I should know. I'm really sorry I don't. A 35mm nut width with a really nice shallow neck. That's something we haven't talked about on any of these models previously, but Big Island have quite a slender neck. You know, they feel quite petite in the hands, but you still get a big koa sound from this ukulele. Let's give the KX-TRG a play, and I've already said, I've already used Wow Wow Weewa. What can I say about this one? Mamma Mia. Let's give it a play and see what you think. Okay, the final ukulele we're going to look at today has all the mod cons of a professional performer's ukulele. It takes the KX-TRG and it just adds a couple of key features that people looking for their forever uke might be looking for. This is the KSX-TRG, and I'm going to show you why the S in a minute, but let's take a look at the body first. You have some really lovely high-figured koa with the abalone rosette and the turtle bridge with the bridge pins. Abalone front binding with maple on the sides. Oh, look at that. That's a nice feature of wood. With maple on the back and the abalone strip too. You will have noticed it has a cutaway, so you can reach the higher frets if you're a really good player, or if you're somebody that just likes to make very high-pitched noises. If you go up to the headstock, this is where the S comes in. It's a slotted headstock. So Garn is the Honu inlay on the front, and you have a completely faceless slotted headstock, which looks very traditional, but you still have those gold buttons, and on the back you have a gorgeous, really lovely done volute, and then finally, have I focused on the volute well enough? And then finally they've inlaid that Honu logo, laser etched it into the back of the headstock. It still has a 35mm nut width, but there's definitely a noticeable increase in tension that comes with the slotted headstock. It's got a bit more bite to it, a bit more projection, and the back heel cap on this one is black as well, which is not the case, I believe, on the other ones in the series. It still comes with a hard case, and if you put a MySci in this ukulele, you really would be ready to go in any situation. So yeah, this is the final ukulele of the day, a worthy way to end the video. This is the KSX-TRG. Let's give it a play and see what you think. Take two. Well, there you have it, folks. We've looked at 6 Big Island ukuleles, and I'd love to know your favourites in the comments section. Just to answer a question that I've been asked a few times recently is why we don't feature certain brands. For example, I've had quite a few people in the comments say, please do a Fender, or people email us and say, you know, I represent this brand, I'd like to send you some samples to do it in videos. And just to clear that up, we're a shop. So what I'm featuring is stuff that we sell. That's going to be why I'm overwhelmingly positive. It's because I really like the things we sell. If we don't sell something, there's often a very good reason for it. For example, with Fender, to sell Fender ukuleles, you typically have to have an entire shop full of Fender guitars, and that's not something that we are wanting to do. Same with Gretsch, similar kind of thing. So there are certain brands we don't stock and certain brands that we don't feature. There's always a good reason for it. And the reason we're positive about the things we feature in videos is because we try not to sell things that we think are crap. So you're not going to see me kind of feature a uke in a video and say this is rubbish, but we do make an effort to point out to you why we won't feature a brand or why a brand is no longer stocked at the shop. So yeah, do keep an eye out for that information, and if you do have any questions, you can leave a comment or you can contact me in store 01202 430 820 or email the store alex@ukulele.co.uk. I will be back very, very soon. If you do want to see some independent reviews done by myself, then you can check out my Ukes with Alex channel. And if you like the way I play, you can also check out my courses at ukeswith.com. I think I've just about said everything there is to say in a 2-minute outro for a video. So I'm going to sign off here. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.